Oh, hello! Welcome to another episode of Oh, for craft's sakes. I have something in my eye. Okay, let's put these aside. We'll be using those a little bit later. Today, if you haven't already guessed by my witch's hat, aka fascinator, if I get called to the royal wedding anytime soon, but we are going to be making this fantastically adorable witch holding her cauldron that is bubbling over. Okay, these are the things that you're going to need. A bunch of ornaments with the tops taken off. Okay, I got these all at the Dollar Tree, and I got the bigger ones on the bottom that I'm going to use at Hobby Lobby. Then I got everything else at Dollar Tree, except the foam core for the outline I got at Hobby Lobby. And the cauldron I couldn't find because it was too soon in the season, so I ordered this on Amazon. And the foam I also got at Hobby Lobby just because it was convenient, we were there. I am going to show you how we cut our foam core. I got this at Hobby Lobby. It's very thin. We are using this as our backing. We've already marked the witch's legs that we're putting on there, and just watch this brief video that will show you exactly how we did it. Then we laid out the witch's hat, and I'm just going to finish. I've already sketched around it. This is where he's going to cut it for me using an X-Acto knife. That was easiest. Okay, down to this section. Now, I'm going to keep all this as well because we're going to glue our ornaments on it. So after you come down from here, I'm going to come in a little bit, and then I'm just going to go wavy. And I'm going to come down a tiny bit, and then I'm going to come in and trace all the way down to the bottom. So now when he cuts it with the X-Acto knife, it will look like it's overflowing, and I could put bulbs so it looks like it's bubbling over. Then you do the same for the next side. So you have your outline of your, not of your body, but of your cauldron and where you're going to be gluing everything. And I went ahead and took the liberty because the legs take a little bit longer to dry. I already glued them on, and then I seal the sides of it because we don't want anything to come off. And what's really clever is that you can cut your cauldron like that. See these little notches so that it fits over perfectly. So you can get a good seal with your glue when you glue this down. Now obviously we don't want to fill the entire cauldron with bulbs because that would take too much product. So we are going to glue this little styrofoam underneath, and then it will set against like that. So one other thing, load up on your glue guns, on your glue sticks, because you're going to use a lot of glue. With a project like this, you just want to be sure that it doesn't, oops, where's my glue stick? You want to be sure that you don't run out of glue, and you want to make sure that everything is glued down nicely so it can survive not only one season, but many seasons to come. So I'm putting a nice liberal amount, as you can see. Okay, and then I'm taking my piece of styrofoam and I'm setting it in, making sure it is sitting up there flush. So I am holding it now nice and flush so that it will adhere nicely, and then we can set bulbs on top of here. So it's like a little ledge, which is awesome. So now, let me get the hat out of the way. So now when we set this down, make sure the notches are over our little legs. And it actually goes down a tiny bit more. So now we have our ledge right there. And then, once again, in order to save space and not have to put a ton of ornaments on, we are going to put a little styrofoam up here. One, maybe two. I'm going to play it by ear to see. And then this way we just put bulbs around it. One thing, while the glue is drying, let's talk about the witchy poo hat. When you make this, you want to go ahead and keep it where you're setting it. So as you put your bulbs, you're not going up too high. You don't want to go past this area right here, because then you're not going to be able to put the hat on. You're not going to be able to have all that space on your form that you want to glue it on. And this is really what's going to keep it nice and strong. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's take this up. And that is nice and solid. So now I am going to take my glue gun and I am going to outline the area where I am going to put the cauldron. Once again, I am using a lot of glue, not using a little, only because I want it to endure not just one, but many seasons. Okay, I just want to take these legs off, don't I? Okay, so now we're going to place it down, make sure everything is in your glue, situate it where you need to. Let's make sure it's good on that side. And now let's hold that down for a sec. And it's time for silly witch joke. Why not while we're waiting, killing some time? So, during the Halloween season, what do you use to turn off your lights? I'll give you a minute. Ready? A light switch. A light switch. A light switch. Get it? Witch. Light switch. Okay. Feel free to use that though. You know, the kids are going to love that one. Light switch. Okay. How about this one? Are you a good witch or a bad witch? Neither. I'm a sandwich. I know, these are bad. Gotta kill some time while our cauldron is gluing up. Okay. Okay, I am back with more glue sticks. And I'm just going to put a nice liberal coat, again, of glue on here. One item that you don't see is the witch's hands. She's boiling on our stove right now. My husband said it's a great idea to boil whatever loose skin you have on your bones before you add them to your crafts. But seriously, we put this in hot water, letting it boil, and then we are going to bend the plastic arms so it looks as though the witch is indeed hugging her cauldron. We have to boil her slowly so that we can bend them and move them in order to place them the way that we want. Now I'm just going to slide that down. Beautiful. And there's a cobweb here that we don't need. Okay. So while everything is setting up, I am going to take our witch's hat and I'm just taking off the boo part. Pardon my finger, cut it on the rotary blade the other day. I got a new one and the guard is different and sliced my finger. But I'll be okay. Just a little clumsy. All right, so why don't we go ahead and glue on our witch's hat. This way we'll know exactly where to place our bulbs. Let me grab another glue stick. Okay. And now, once again, gluing the outside. I'm gonna need 2 hands. Now placing her on, making sure she is touching all of the glue. Spreading it out nice. And now I'm just going to take a little glue. I'm going to lift up this bottom and I'm going to put a row right here and hold that down for a second. So now we know Witchy Poo is not going to go anywhere. Mr. Hat's not going to blow off outside. That would be a catastrophe. Sorry about any noise you might hear. My husband is literally breaking the witch's arms. Gosh, I know that sounds horrible, right? Oh, they're a little bit too long, so we have to alter them to fit on here. He's really awesome. I don't know what I'd do without him. Okay, so once again, I'm going to let this dry, and obviously we don't want to watch it dry, so we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. Everything is dried. I took the liberty of gluing on one witch's arm. We actually just put them in the pot of hot water like I showed you before, and then my husband literally just broke them off. So it's the perfect length. And now we're just going to glue on this one. So it looks like she is hugging her cauldron. Just gonna set that there. And naturally I'm gonna hold it so it settles. Okay, while that's settling up, I want to cover the green that's in here so when we put our bubbles on, it will look nice and covered. So I'm just going to take a little bit of glue. It doesn't have to be neat because remember, it is supposed to be boiling over. I'm just going to put a couple drops here. Now I'm just going to take some mesh and the bulbs on. Let's take this out of the way. And we don't have to worry about this because that's going to be completely covered with the bulbs. But the reason why I'm going to be having a little bit of this showing, oh gosh, let me get that off. Everything's just sticking to me with this glue. All right, you okay, buddy? Okay. So the reason why is because we have two fantastic eyeballs and we are going to put those on. So it looks like she's boiling someone. So let's see, I'm gonna probably want it to go probably right there and just push it in to the styrofoam. I'm gonna fold that down just a tiny bit. And let's see then, I think I'll put a hole right here. Perfect. Okay, eyeballs are in. I might put a little dab of glue on them just to keep them where they're at because I love how they look. So I'm just going to put a little glue right there and a little glue right there. And it is really thin today, so it's going to definitely drip down and secure those nicely. Now it is ornament time. And there's no rhyme or reason. There's no right and wrong. You just do what makes you feel good. So this is so cute because it looks like water. I love it. All right, so let's just start with a little green down here. And I'm just covering this a little bit, and I'm going to face it. Okay, and then maybe a little purple. A little black. And basically you just keep on keeping on with this. Like I said, no right or wrong. It's all about how you want it to look. Holy shnikes. Oof. It's okay, Gemma. She hears my husband going upstairs and I literally just burnt my fingers so bad. But I think I'm getting kind of used to it. Let's see, where's the little one? Maybe I want to put a big bubble right there. Or maybe one right here. Oh, more glue needed. I guess I used it all on my finger to burn it, so now we need a little bit more. And this is just the first layer, so don't feel like, uh-oh, we can see a lot of stuff, because that's not the case. You're gonna look like it's bubbles over. We're just gonna keep adding. Just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna keep adding and we'll be back. We'll check in just a bit. Okay, we are back and we are halfway through. As you can see, None of the mesh is showing, and all of the bulbs look so cute. I love it. It's coming out really nice. Let me see if I can hold it up a little bit for you to see, but it's going to look great. And always when it's done, I'll post a photo. But look how cute. You can see how we're just covering everything in here. And all we have to do is finish that side and then just come right down to here, a little bit of here, and we're good. So it's at this point that I'm going to actually turn it around. Excuse me for just a moment. And it's so nice that it's on this little foam board. Once again, I got it at Hobby Lobby because it's really sturdy and it'll be nice. And that's where we'll hang something to hang it. Probably the stick-on picture hangers on the back that you just stick on, and then I'll probably put about 3 of them to secure it enough with some wire on it so that we can hang it properly and it doesn't fall. Not that it's super heavy, but it is heavier than the average wreath, so I'm gonna do that, and I'll probably put them like a triangle on there. Okay, so let me just continue putting on some bulbs and we'll be back. Okay, our little witch is done. Look how cute. Pretty dang cute, right? I am going to take a great picture of her and post it so that you can see how dang cute she looks, and we'll get her all hung up and stuff. But you can see all the bulbs are glued on, perfect, and it just looks like an overflowing cauldron with Witchy Poo holding it. Super fun. I really enjoyed making this one. Well, that's our show for today. I hope you had a great time, and I hope if nothing else, you got a few laughs at what I'm wearing. But I am ready to go to Britain anytime. Just saying, little fascinator hat action. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed my version of the Witch's Cauldron, and I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can be notified when I upload my next video. I've got some really fun things coming ahead. This is the best season. I love it so much. And if you would, please leave a comment so I know your thoughts about the show today. And if you've made something similar and made a Witch's Cauldron, let me know what you did and how yours turned out. I would love to hear from you. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon on the very next Oh, for craft's sakes. Bye. Okay, then I just totally lost track. So thank you so much for joining me on the Halloweeny Witchy Poo of, God, what do I say? Time. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, cuckoo. Thanks for joining me for our witches theme and putting up with my Witchy Poo fascinator. I really think I could attend a wedding in Europe, don't you think? The Brits. I'm ready, Brits. Anyway, and cut. That's the one, the very last one. And we're done, baby.